Good morning, everybody. Oh, I see my breath again. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee and Conversation with Teri and Jeryl.
Hi.
We're so happy that you're here with us this morning, or you will be, or you will watch it on the replay.
Yeah.
Any way that you find us, we're so happy that you're here. It's Saturday. Can you believe
I
that?
know. This week has flown by. Good morning, everybody.
You still thought it was Friday, so we're catching up here.
Yeah, actually, I did. I woke up and we were talking, and I said, it only took 5 days, Monday to Friday. She said, honey, this is Saturday. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that way when you're like every day turns into another day, and all of a sudden you don't have the hi Robert Dosa and Deirdre and Wendy. You don't have the routines that you used to have to mark the days. And hi Carol Allen. So that's kind of, I think, like we've been saying, and the angels and spirit has told us for so long, that time is not real.
Yeah.
This is really bringing that home, isn't it? Are you all experiencing that? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Wow.
If you're losing track of time, what's going on where you used to do something and now it's like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore, so I didn't realize that, what day it was, or, are your days feeling shorter, longer? What's going on with that aspect of your life right now where things have really changed?
Good morning, Diane, Deirdre, Becky. Deirdre says, morning, everybody. So far, it's been great. Yeah. I changed my sheets, showered, and did major body maintenance. Laugh out loud. Did you do all that this morning or since this? I mean, seriously, I think I'm busy.
You can go home.
Yeah.
We're sending you to your room.
Well, actually, I want to send her here so we can get stuff done here. That'd be great.
Good morning, Emily.
Yeah, Carol thought yesterday was Thursday too.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, I've been doing this all along, and then all of a sudden I'll realize what day it is, and I'm like, I got to do this today.
Do you realize that as of tomorrow, you will have been here 3 weeks?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was just typing up a message to a friend of mine in New Zealand, and it was like, oh my gosh, it's been 3 weeks. No wonder we've gotten so much done. You inspire me.
And Deirdre, I see that. Okay, you're just showing off now. And good morning, Christine O'Rourke. You're here with no sound. I'm thinking everybody else can hear us because they're responding to what we're saying.
I think she may have left off the W. She had gotten off before. Now, maybe with sound.
With sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now. Yeah, I think it's now.
We'll buy that.
I hope.
So,
and I wasn't able to share on a page because of privacy settings. It did it
gotta
to
go
you
back
again.
In. Okay.
Yeah.
So Lucy's up there screaming away. That's the osprey that you're hearing, honey.
Good, Wendy.
So let me go in and change my privacy settings, and then it just does it automatically when I go live. So I don't know what to do about that.
Good morning,
but I will change them, and then you can share it out.
And Emily, good morning. And yes, Deirdre, 3 weeks ago seems like a lifetime ago. Time has really shifted, but I have to say I've been sleeping better the last few nights, and I woke up twice. Once at 3:33 and once at 5:55. And I do subliminal subconscious programming in my sleep. Dr. Bruce Lipton, for those of you who don't know him, he was a pioneer in stem cell research, and he also in epigenetics. And he talks about the fact that in our sleep state is one of the most wasted times that we have. We can reprogram our subconscious mind, those core beliefs that we take on from the womb to the age of 7, by listening to subliminal sleep hypnosis programming at night. So I go in and out of doing it. I do it, and then I don't, and then I do it, and then I don't. And so I've been doing all of these procrastination ones, motivation, and all of these different tapes, and I woke up twice just going, oh wow, I felt so good. And when I woke up this morning, I knew another shift had really taken place. And I woke up with a headache, which I've been waking up with every morning, and it just feels like that's all downloads coming in. And so, yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Good morning, Susie, up in Illinois.
Yeah, Robert says time is funny, flying so fast, but I think we upgraded with the time as we move faster. Yes. And I think we have a new concept of what time is. That's what's happening is we're losing what we think losing time. If people are thinking today's Friday, but it's actually Saturday, then it's like, okay, what happened to Friday?
Thank you, Jean. Jean says, good morning. I only remember when it's 5:30, coffee by the river. Yay.
Good for you. And for any of you, Christine McGrady Hines, that's a new name. Hello and welcome.
Oh, wow. That plane is literally, we could reach out and touch it right now.
Had a plane right in front of us. So I had the group name right in front of your face. It's on the screen. So if you haven't visited our group yet, please go in. We're growing in leaps and bounds. I don't even know what we're up to. Wendy, what are we up to now for membership? Because it's really amazing.
She must have been reading your mind because she posted it and then you asked.
Okay, Becky, share it out again because I just went in and changed the settings, honey. I made it public. And Susan McShane, do you know Susan McShane from Oz?
Hi, and Maria good morning.
Good morning, Maria.
Honey, how are you doing? Our friend, please lift Maria and her family up in prayers. She just lost one of her best friends to the COVID-19 up in New York. So you've been in my prayers every day, sweetheart, and I've been thinking of you. Yeah, 240.
Getting out of the time space and entering the space time. Finally, thank you, Robert Dosa. And good morning to David Brett. It's so good to see you on again.
Good morning. Good morning. Wow, we are just becoming quite a family here, aren't we?
Yeah, Carol Skills is here.
Oh, good morning, Carol. Hi, honey.
Awesome,
hello, all the way to Louisiana.
So if you have a friend or friends that you think would enjoy having coffee with us every morning, we've got our coffee. Do you have your coffee or tea? Whatever your cuppa is, grab it and sit with us for a little bit. We just really enjoy sitting here having conversation. Here comes another plane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're wanting to fly right over us today.
Yeah, they must know we're broadcasting or something.
I think so. Hi. Yeah, that's pretty cool to watch. Wally, I think, is hiding from the boats. Ever since I opened my eyes, I've heard and seen boats out on the river this morning, one right after another. So I think Wally went deep so that he doesn't get hit by a boat. Yeah. Hot chocolate for you, David. I hear ya.
Oh, yummy. That sounds really good.
That does sound good. One of my best friends did that every morning. Instead of coffee, she'd have hot chocolate.
Susie's husband says, shut that bird up.
Oh, that's Lucy.
Come on now.
Lucy. I love my Lucy.
Although I have to admit, I agree with your husband some mornings. It's like, oh, really? Seriously? There are just mornings when you just kind of want the quiet, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Robert, your coffee is next to you. It's lunchtime break. Yeah, that's right. You're like 12:30 something there.
Yeah.
So I understand that. And lemon water for Michelle Moss. Good for you. That's an awesome thing to do to treat your body with.
Yeah. Vitamin C, vitamin D, if you can get out. Grounding right now. Mm-hmm. And today, first of all, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Rising Up with Jeryl. I hope you'll join me. I have a wonderful guest, Jane Mountrose, who is co-founder of Awakenings Institute in California. And she's going to teach us a soul centering process tonight and some other really wonderful techniques to kind of get through this. We've got dinner with Kevin Morris
at 4 o'clock.
Joanne McCann-New at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then you've got the daily meditation at 11 a.m.
Silent meditation.
Yep.
And you all can come in that dinner. You can come on with us in the Zoom. We have an interactive conversation in Zoom. and Kevin is going to blast us with a little bit of energy.
And where do they find that link, Teri?
Enlightened World, and I believe I shared that into the group. It's an event. Always look for the events, because when you do an event for something, you can invite people to come to your event.
Oh, so, that's right, yeah. Wendy. It's 1 a.m. UK time, so catch the replay. Because that's the Rising Up with Jeryl is not like this event, which is really interactive, and we're looking at the screen and everything else. It's more like a talk show interview where it's just she and I, and she's helping us and teaching us, and we're having some interactive guidance and conversations. So it is a different format than this.
It's like my gratitude happy hour that I do on Tuesdays, where I have a guest on and we hold the conversation. And sometimes you get so engrossed in those conversations that you're not aware of anything else. And that's a really good conversation when you can sit with somebody and it's like the world just kind of falls away while you're talking. So it's very informative. It's entertaining, all of that stuff.
And it's more modeled after a regular talk show on TV, where that it is just you and your guest, and you're maintaining. So it's informational.
Yeah, absolutely.
When, what, where? Okay, Rising Up with Jeryl Ann. I am part of the Enlightened World Network. So, Robert, you can go to Enlightened World Network and click on me there, or watch me there. It's live streamed other places as well, but Enlightened World Network is the best place to find me. And it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so 5 hours, 8, 9, 10, 1 a.m. UK time. And I know you're kind of a late bird, so night owl.
Oh, Wendy will be up for sure.
Wendy. And, when, where, and what? Rising Up with Jeryl Ann. So I brought it back, Robert. I don't know if you remember when I did it about 1.5 years ago. And I went into hiding, kind of like you did. Yeah. And I just got the message a couple months ago it was time to come out of hiding. It was time to use my voice.
Yep.
And
the angels told you that.
Yes, they did. I got that from an angel circle reading that Teri did down in Plantation, Florida.
Yeah, so. They sometimes are nudging us, but we don't get it until we really hear the words.
Yeah.
And so sometimes in the angel circles or in a private angel reading, they really let you know how it is. So, hi, Abdul. Thank you and welcome for being here. So on Sunday, we didn't talk about the workshop. We're doing an Acknowledge, Release, Heal workshop. Jeryl Ann will start us out with identifying some emotions that you may be going through. And I think we did this, but I think there are probably going to be some very different emotions when we work with them this time. Because we're more into what we're really in the middle of here with the isolation and the separation. And after that, we'll work on releasing those emotions. I'll guide you through a release process that was downloaded by the angels. And we'll work with the Ho'oponopono, which is all about releasing things. And then our wonderful Kevin Morris will guide us, and he and the students that are there that he taught, including myself and Jeryl Ann, will be sending you angelic Reiki, a full treatment of angelic Reiki. And then you'll get to process afterward. Now, the statement that we want to make is this is going to be different from the one we did before, just with the fact that we are live streaming this one. There's the possibility that it will be viewed by 1,000 or more people. The only thing we'll do is turn off the live stream at the end. So you will be on camera if you choose. You don't even have to turn your camera on. You can have video off. You can be there being seen for all that workshop, but at the end, it'll be private because you'll be able to open up and discuss what happened during the workshop, if you released any feelings, if you felt anything from the Reiki and how you're feeling. So it's very, very powerful to do this. And Dr. Ruth Anderson is the founder of Enlightened World Network, and she did it, and she says, oh my God, this is amazing, and it's so needed right now, which it really is for us to process. So I'm so excited, and I really hope that many of you will join us there. We only have room for 100, and this is being shared out in many, many places. So if you want your spot, we had 32 or 35, I think, when we did it just in our group. So if you want your spot, reply to that event that you're going, and then make sure that you come on when it's time to come on. And another thing, I have to say this, the Zoom links that we give out, sometimes those same Zoom link, you know how you click on the link, sometimes those are used for other things, other programs. So don't click on that link until it's time to go onto the workshop, or you'll be popping into somebody's live that they're doing, and you may not want to be there.
A couple of questions about the workshop. First of all, good morning, Sharon Boyle over in the UK as well. Becky asked, should we write them down, our emotions? Yes, Becky, go ahead and get the emotions written down now that you're feeling now. And as we go through the chart that I have, you might pick out a few more. And those are the emotions that you are going to work with in the release process that Teri's going to do. And for you, Maria, she asked when and at what time. Tomorrow, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So just go to Enlightened World Network, or we have the link also, the Zoom link in the Angelic River family. Go under events and you can find it there. Yeah. Good morning, Connie.
And Robert Dosa, absolutely. Any of you, if you participated in the last workshop that we did in the group, we'd love to hear your reviews and hear what you got from it if you'd like to share with us. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll do great. And it will be a good thing. Anytime you go to a workshop, it's a good thing to bring pen and paper.
Yeah.
So prepare to bring that when you come with us on Sunday. And I'll put a little post to just remind everybody to bring some pen and paper to work with. And I hope you all are using pen and paper right now and really writing out what your feelings are about this experience that we're going through. And your letters of love, anybody want to share your letters of love on Angelic River Family Group? We'd love to see what you're writing about right now during this time. It's really a time to do that inner work, to do that reflection. Yes, Robert, the private one, you can put it in there. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you will need Zoom. Thank you, Wendy, for that reminder. Anybody who has not used Zoom before, go ahead and download it. You can put it on your computer or your phone. You can join either way, and just have it already in place so that you don't have to wait as you wait for Zoom to download on that day. So it's going to be important for you to have everything ready. So all you do is click the link, and voila, you're there with us.
So how's everybody doing out there? You know, for me, it's been a roller coaster, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to process a lot of emotions I didn't know I had, or parts of patterns that I thought I had healed but are coming up now. And so I do the Ho'oponopono a lot. I mean, a lot. And I go out and I lay in the yard and I just do the Ho'oponopono. I think of things that are coming up and I do that. And also Diane, who does her broadcast at 10 a.m. And Diane, are you doing that? If you're out there, are you doing that again this morning at 10 a.m.? Then I'm finding that there are a lot of remnants of things coming up that need to be processed. And I really feel that in the bigger picture of all of this, that's part of the reason that we're going through this, is so that We can't go into 5D with 3D baggage. So all of the 3D baggage literally is coming up and in our face for us to process so we can help this planet ascend. We're in that process of ascension. And, you know, this isn't just this virus isn't a one-trick pony, if you will. There are so many, just like those little tentacles on the virus, cell that you see. There are so many reasons that, or benefits or ways that we can look at this and make this time really work for us. There's so much going on in my mind right now that it's really difficult for me to be concise about it. But there's a lot of things going on around this. It isn't just one thing. So the healing of our patterns is one of the really important things that we need to do right now. Teri, please, can you take what I just said and articulate it so that it's understandable?
Yes, I want to say good morning to Donna this morning. First of all,
morning.
Donna, I see you're up early, so maybe you couldn't sleep like everybody else in the planet. This is that time for us to get rid of those old beliefs, those old patterns that's in our subconscious. I think before coronavirus, I always say BC, before coronavirus, we were all kind of on automatic. We did so many things without even thinking, why am I doing that? And this gives us that chance to look at, why am I doing it that way? Why do I have this belief pattern, this belief process inside of me that will allow me to do some things and not other things and limit me? And that's what our beliefs do. Our beliefs limit us. And spirit, and what I'm getting from the angels, they're asking us to be spacious, to not put any limit on what we can do, what we can accomplish, where we can go, how our spirit expands out is
we have a fisherman going by,
so letting go of things is what's going to bring in new beliefs, if you will. We're getting rid of that old paradigm where things have to be a certain way. And if you feel that way, there's so many limits that say it has to be done this way. You have to believe this way. And we're all now starting to question that. I used to go to an organized church. I was in religion. And I just started feeling yuck. I started feeling like, why do I have to do this? And why is this the only way you can do this? I had like a million questions. And as those feelings, they boiled up in me, and I'm questioning. I'm asking God, I'm asking the pastor and the people in the church, and they're all like, you just have to do it. And it's kind of like, if any of you ever did this with kids, just because I said so. Anybody can relate to that? I used to tell my daughter that when she was little all the time. Just do it because I said so. And it's that's the feeling that I got when I was involved in a church. It was like, just do it because I said so, because that's the only way to do it. So during this time, when we're all sitting by ourselves and sitting in the isolation, I'm speaking for myself, we're feeling, okay, am I doing the things I do just because I've heard, or there's a belief pattern in there that says, just do it this way, it has to be this way? So it's releasing all of those ropes, releasing the limitations, and just finding out your new norm. Because that's where we're going. We're going into a new earth. Ruth Anderson heard the term a new dawn. So we have a new dawn coming that's going to open up a whole new world. Like when the sun comes up, we can all of a sudden see the trees and the river and everything that's out there. And that's what is happening now. We're opening our eyes to a new world. And it is going to be different. And yeah, I see some of you relating to what I'm saying, and trust me, I'm not knocking anybody's religion. It's just when you go inside, you really find your connection to God. Nobody outside of you can do that for you, because that's personal to you. And we each have our own unique experience with the God of our understanding. And that's where we're at here on this program. We're not a religion. We're not preaching to you. We're not saying you have to do it this way. It's the God of your understanding. You are a spirit being in this body. You are. And I know there's many people that think, okay, this is it. I'm in this life and I die and I'm done. That's it. But it's not. It's really not. So.
Good morning, Luann. Luann just joined us.
Yeah, Connie.
So nice.
Your soul isn't satisfied if you don't understand why or what. Yeah, exactly. And that's the questioning part that I went through. And that was, oh my God, that was a long time ago. We're not going to talk years here. Time doesn't exist.
Decades.
but this is that time to find your why and what. And I think that's the importance of writing out those letters, writing it to yourself so you can see what your thought process is. As you write the words on the paper, it's going to lead you. It's going to guide you, because your soul has all of these things that it wants to teach you. And your mind is like, okay, why am I questioning that? Why do I have that question? So just write it. Write it out. It's the most therapeutic thing you can do right now, besides joining us.
Please join me tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Rising Up with Jeryl, because Jane Mount Rose is teaching a soul centering process. And it is a process by which you get yourself centered and you go into your heart, which is where the soul resides.
Right.
And you're able to ask your soul questions. It is a foundation of their life coaching program, which I'm an actual certified life coach. And it is a powerful technique, and it doesn't take very long at all. And you can do that as part of put it within your meditation. And I would encourage anyone that, it's just another tool. You can't have enough ways, because some days one thing works and some days another thing works. And that's the beauty of this planet. There are countless, there's Wally, by the way, down there.
Good morning, Wally.
Countless ways to heal, to grow, to nurture, to get in touch with your soul, and just follow the ones that your intuition, your gut tells you to follow. And that's the beauty of it. That's why we're so excited. Like Diane is doing her broadcast at 10 a.m. Diane's voice is different. How she sees things comes out in her show. How I see things comes out different in my show. How Teri sees things comes out different in her show. We're all talking basically the same thing, but it's our perspective. And that's, when you get on YouTube or when you get on Facebook, there's people like Paul Wyrostek, who is amazing. And a lot of people here know who Paul is. And you may be drawn to how he teaches. There isn't a right or wrong. It's about where you're at. You will find the person that you're drawn to, or persons that you're drawn to, and go with that. That's your soul guiding you, your angels, everyone's saying, okay, once you say I'm all in, guess what? The universe conspires to help you follow your soul's path. And so once you say, I'm all in, just sit back and let it happen, because they will show you. Things will come up on my YouTube. Things will come up and I'll go, who is this person and where did that come from? And I'll listen to it. I've learned to just go, okay, and go, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Oracle decks are the same way for a lot of people. You pull a card and all of a sudden, wow, okay, it's spot on. So just follow who, and we're glad that we somehow touch you in the morning, because you certainly touch us. And it's important. It's important that we have these communications.
It's important to have a connection, and that's what we're bringing to
Yeah.
the table, pun intended, as we sit around and just drink our coffee and have company. Join us. We love having you for company, for coffee. I'm sorry we don't have coffee cake to offer you, but that's not good for you anyway.
You know, Carol Allen says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I'd
so
like
true.
to add to that, Carol, because when the student appears, it means the teacher is ready to revisit a teaching that they had. It's a win-win. I mean, I know as a teacher, I am always teaching what it is I either need to learn the most. That's why I became a Reiki master. That's why I've learned to do all the things and teach all the things I teach, because it's what I needed the most. And so what happens is when you are ready to heal yourself to it, because we're always healing at deeper and deeper and deeper levels, then the student comes in and you get the ability to say, okay, let's do this together. So yeah, I love that saying, and I always flip it around, because whenever a student comes in, it's like, oh, you need to look at that deeper or from a different perspective. So yes, Carol, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Carol, for that. And the other thing that happens is if somebody is talking and you get emotional, you get triggered somehow by either what they're saying, and we're talking about the mentors and the teachers, that may be the teacher that you need. Because if they're triggering something in you, that means that you have something in there that needs to come up to be healed. So if somebody's expanding on a thought or teaching a certain method or whatever, and you're saying, oh my gosh, I don't feel so good, I got a stomach ache right now, or I've got this pain happening in my chest, look at what's going on. Look at what are they saying that's maybe still a belief pattern in you that needs to come up to be healed, or maybe it was an experience that you had in your younger years, or even on a different dimension. Sometimes our experiences that happen not in this lifetime, but in a different lifetime, sometimes that's still in our DNA to be healed, and something that we decided, okay, this next lifetime or this lifetime, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to heal that part of me that has that thought process. Maybe it's of worthlessness. I'm not worthy to be a president. I'm not worthy to be a leader or a guide or whatever it may be. So always pay attention to what's going on inside your body when somebody's talking. And if your soul is rejoicing while they're talking, then that's probably part of your soul group. It's probably somebody that you just know that's a person that their soul is one that you have been with probably forever, because that's what it feels like. You can meet somebody and it's like, oh my God, I've known you my whole life, even though we just met. And those are the beautiful moments, aren't they? I love when I meet somebody and I just know. It's just like you don't even have to say anything. Their aura, their persona just reaches out to your heart, and you're going, yeah, you're mine. You're my people.
Right. And a lot of people are taking advantage of this time. And I have to say, Maria brought up that there's a lot of lessons that this is meant to teach us this whole time, and it's a great awakening for the planet. It's on so many levels. Our consumption, I've been hearing this over and over and over again, our absolute extreme consumption and how we've really neglected the planet. That's, this is going to sound weird, but one of the weird little things that I realized I was doing too much of was using Ziploc bags. Now I have lots of containers, and it may not sound like a big thing, but it is. And we actually even started cutting back on the paper towels out of necessity because of the shortages. But even with the toilet paper, the loo roll, I'm seeing in very, very small ways how I need to adapt how I've done things, I've so taken for granted all the little pleasures that we've had and been afforded here, that it's so multi-level. It's amazing. There's going to be a lot of books come out of this, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. And I think somebody's leaving. Connie, thank you, darling.
Connie,
you have an amazing day as
Have
well.
a great day,
Thank you
Connie.
so much for coming on with us. Connie came on the sunset last night. It was so good to see you, Connie, and I'm glad you came to breakfast this morning, or to coffee this morning. And yes, Michelle, I agree. The earth needs healing on every level. And, you know, Jeryl has been doing something since January, I think February. I don't know when we started it. We do a day of healing. It was a day of healing, and now it's a day of transformation. At Enlightened World Network, we do that and stream all day. And Jeryl Ann's a part of that. So what she does is do a water blessing and a water prayer, not just for the St. John's River. We want that one definitely because it's right here in our face, but it's for water everywhere on the earth. And this is one way all of us can be more conscientious. You know, how are you wasting water? My mom used to really get upset with me and just really yell at me because when I did the dishes, I didn't do them in a very efficient way. And so I did waste a lot of water. And so that was like from a very young age, I had that knowledge and that respect of water and not wasting it. So what are the ways that you can maybe change a routine or change something you're doing so that you're conserving some of our precious water instead of letting it go down the drain? But Jeryl Ann does this blessing, and it's called Vav Mem Bet. Vav Mem Bet. Can you type that in with
yes,
the comments?
I can.
And let's all do that. Let's all focus on water today. You know, I love how our group kind of takes on little projects. Like we're sending letters to Sherry Meyer's mom, Sylvia. Let's take on the project of really paying attention to our water today. Blessing even the water you drink, right? Yeah, so Vav Mem Bet.
The water in our bodies, and I'll just give you a quick little water update on this. Vav Mem Bet is one of the 72 words of God. It means divine blessing of water. Each word of God in the Hebrew language has a different purpose, a different focus. Vav Mem Bet is the word that takes water back to its divine, pristine state. Our bodies have 70 to 85% water. The planet has 70% water on its surface, not counting what's inside. So what we're doing is we're raising the vibration. And if you watch my show when we do the half hour again, or even go back and see the replays, you'll see the hexagonal crystals that water comprises water when love, words or good music, good vibrations are put towards that water. And then you'll see the ones where it says hate or anger or fear, and they're distorted and ugly. So water has memory. Water has a vibration. So what we're doing is we're healing the water inside of our bodies, which if you have distortion in the 70 to 85% of our body is water. So if we're taking our water and creating a negative vibration with it, it is going to create dis-ease within the body. So Vav Mem Bet is a really quick, a really short way to bless the water in our body and bless the waters on the planet. I come out and say Vav Mem Bet over and over and over to my beautiful St. John's River every morning. And so please do that. I wanted to just interject quickly. Robert asked if he could post a page on his website that's got a lot of meditations. And yes, please do, Robert. Robert does lots of meditations. He works with crystals and stones and all of that. He is a vast knowledge of information when it comes to stones and crystals and how they work, what they do. So if you have any questions about that kind of stuff, go to Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Man.
Thank you. And
Yeah,
there was a question, Wendy asked the question if we can make a page on our group for prayer requests. I don't know how you make pages within groups, but what we have done is not separated, but we've tagged certain things with topics. And there is a topic for prayer request. So if you put in a prayer request, we can go in and put that in the topic. And then all you do is click on prayer request in the topics, and you'll see everything related to that topic. So there's topics there for Jeryl show that she does, Rising Up. There's a topic for my show, Gratitude Happy Hour. It's through Enlightened World Network. So just look at that, and it's something new that we're all getting used to, but it's a great way to find things quickly. So yes, place your prayer requests, your meditations, and when we organize those, then you can just go to meditations. Or what we can do, like Diane has her own topic on the show, we can make a topic Robert Dosa. And Robert, if you want to put your meditations, those will all come up in one place if people click that topic to get to yours. So yeah, I'm loving that. I'm loving being able to find something, and you go into a group and it's like, there's stuff everywhere. Like all those files are scattered on the floor in front of you. And it's like, oh, where was that file? So now we have it filed and it's in a very neat order. So yeah, it helps a lot. Thank you, Wendy. So
good morning, Sherry. Real quick.
Sherry got up again. Yay. All right. So if you all would start thinking about what your prayer requests are now, so that you can start typing those in the comments for anybody that's new, at about 20 after, which is about 10 minutes from now, 9 or 10 minutes, we will start lifting those up, because that's one of our ministries here. Yeah, Wendy, we're going to make one of those. We're going to lift all of those prayer requests up. So go ahead and type it in. And good morning to Hermilo. Hi, I've seen some very interesting new names on here today. Yeah, Maria, we'll turn the camera around to the river when we do the or just before we do the meditation.
And Bernadette, good morning and welcome. And Sharon Boyle, you just mentioned that you should be playing your bowls.
Mm-hmm.
How about, would you be willing to play your bowls and record it for us? Have the girls record it, and then we can post it onto our site so that we could enjoy your bowls as well. Think about it, please, and let us know. That would be wonderful.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I love sound healing. I used to participate once a week in a sound healing where we had bowls and gongs and bells and all kinds of things.
Here comes
drums.
Another plane.
Oh, okay. All right. I give.
Sorry. Catch it up in here. Let's see.
I don't know if it'll be.
Of course, before they were down here right in front of us.
I know, right? We'll see it. There's a lot of sky showing.
Okay, yeah.
And I keep losing my mouse this morning. I don't know what's up with that. I can't read. Oh, my computer's not plugged in. Oh boy.
Okay. I don't know if you can see the plane or not. I'm nuts. Oh no, that's a piece of dust on my screen.
Well, it'll be a little lag before it'll be seen. All right, so I'm just going to turn it down more to the river.
Okay, so we have some healing requests. Yes, Wendy, if you could play your Tibetan bells, that would be really great too. Deirdre says her therapist is a friend, also a friend. She asked for healing. She's also a nurse and Reiki healer. Yes, we'll be happy to send healing to her and lift her up. And of course, our Daisy Wallace, we're lifting her up again today. Continued prayers for her. Let's see, what else have we got going on here? I feel the need to start creating. Okay, Robert, we're going to lift you up too, because this will give you. It doesn't have to be just prayers. It can be intentional prayers. Robert says, still got a lot of work to do. I feel the need to start creating more. I may share some of my books as well. the intention that you've been setting the intentions in the prayers to get more accomplished as well, to get more organized, and that's been happening. I brought in Archangel Jophiel and asked for organizational help, and I'm continuing. And Sharon wants to do weekly lives. That's her intention.
Awesome.
And Karen Smith is with us.
And we'll definitely promote that for you, Sharon. And I have to tell y'all something. This is how my angels work. So I've dropped the mouse twice now. And the first time I was able to reach down and pick it up. And the second time just now I had to get up to get it. Realized that my computer was not plugged into electricity. And it would have been dead by the time we finished this program. Thank you, angels. And this is how they work in our lives.
Yes,
it's like when we see what's right in front of us, they're going to do something to bring our... So thank you, angels, for showing me that I needed to do something with plugging the computer in. And thank you all for placing your prayer requests.
Had Cheryl B. She needs healing, and Dawn, her blood pressure has improved some. So prayers, absolutely, yeah. Dawn. That's great news. Wow, this is so.
Yeah, so all of either going through something, or you have family or friends that are. We always lift up our planet and all the inhabitants of the planet. So anybody that you want to put in there for individual healing. And I want to bring that up too. I mentioned that we do a full day of live streaming on Enlightened World. During that day, silent meditations. The first silent meditation, we're all sending healing energy for individuals that are in need, whatever that may be, wherever they may be. And in the second meditation, we send healing energy to the planet. It's called a silent meditation for planetary healing. Mm-hmm. So we encourage you all. It's May 3rd is the next one. And the game plan is that Goldberg are in the physical broadcast that day. So I'm holding that belief, and I'm asking all of you to hold that with me, to hold that intention, yes, that we will be on the other side of this quarantine and isolation where we can be together. And all of us can integrate and socialize and see family and friends and reunite. So hold that intention with me. It's not that far away now. It's less than a month.
Yeah.
So during that day, it's 13 hours of live streaming, including Jeryl and silent meditations. We have healers that will be coming in. We have all kinds of... Oh, and we have a wonderful person from India, Jeryl D'Souza, this that day. Jeryl healed himself of so many illnesses. And so he's going to explain the process that he went through to do that. It's just an amazing day. So mark it on your calendars.
Maria, yes. We've been holding you in our prayers, and everyone yesterday. She asked, "Good morning, Anne Marie. Our friend Maria just 30 years, and she's asking for us to hold prayers for his wife and children. Also, I would like to add today, there are many, many meditations going on because of there's like a Jupiter, Venus conjunction. I am not an astrologer. It's one of the things I don't do. And so I'm not really aware, but apparently today is a really big day. And so there are meditations, there's the 1,000,000-person meditation, there's all these meditations. And I would like to put out the intention that all of these people that are intentionally meditating today lift this planet up and out of its disease and help to soothe the souls and hearts of everyone on this planet. So I want to add to whatever positive I can to all of those people that are meditating today, and that people become aware and that it is effective as they're wanting it to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you all are enjoying the river this morning. Thanks for all your needed prayers. Yes, today is a day that a lot of us are feeling that we can do something.
Yes.
And that's what the meditations are about. And we can. That's the power that we have inside of us. Yeah, we're in this human body, yes, but our spirit knows what to do about this. Even though it's a human thing that we're experiencing, the spirit is what's going to guide that healing. And we all heal from the inside anyway. You know, we have to accept the healing and believe that we will be healed and it will happen.
This is what we came here for, everybody. This
Yeah.
is what we signed up for. This is, so I had my first spiritual partner almost 35 years ago. It just started happening, and she was channeling Melchizedek. We didn't know what that meant. We didn't know who Melchizedek was. There wasn't any internet. There wasn't any way to know. But in those channels, we kept getting the message over and over again that we needed to let go of our baggage. We needed to heal ourselves. We needed to let go of our sins. We needed to those parts that were gossipy and greedy and just really the more dense, dark, and let's face it, 3.5 decades ago, we were all embroiled in. I mean, there were more worldly or spiritual at that time, but for me, it was, I was an addict, I was a smoker, a drink. I mean, I was addicted to everything. So I had a lot of dark energy, and they were telling us of a time that road that if you hadn't transformed your stuff, it was going to come up big and bad. Well, this is that time. This is why we're all here. We came here so that we could be here at this time to help the planet, to be the light workers, to be the way showers, to anchor that light here on the planet. So here we are, kids. Let's enjoy
this. And good morning, Mary Crincoli. Thank you for coming on to the show. You're here just in time for the meditation. But of course you knew that, didn't you? And I just want, before I lead us into the meditation, I just want to reply to Maria, who says she's feeling sad because she hears the sirens. She's in New York. So Maria, I really hope today, and I will personally message you the link to that Zoom so that you can just have it there ready for Sunday at 3:00 p.m. your time, and join us in that. It's a workshop to help identify and release our emotions and get a full angelic Reiki healing. Yeah. So I really hope all of you plan on being there. And hi, Karen Boda. Oh my gosh. All of you peeps showing up here just in time for the meditation. So let's do that.
Yeah.
As I see that we're way into the time to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So you know how this works with the breath. The breath is so important. So let's start doing that. Put your hand on your heart if you want. That just brings your focus right there to your heart center. And breathe in a deep breath. Really a deep breath, not a shallow, okay, I'm just going to take a whiff breath. But you're going to go deep into your lungs. Let it expand your belly. I call these the belly breaths, where you breathe it in and you feel your belly start to pooch out a little bit. Then you know you've really taken a deep breath in. And then release that slowly. Okay, another deep breath in, and this time add in some love, add in gratitude. If you want to find something grateful for, maybe you can't find anything right now, look at all of this beauty right here that we're showing you. The river, the trees, nature, the birds. Hold some gratitude in your heart. Let that really seep your soul. Close your eyes. I know some of you are still typing, and that's okay. Please continue to do your prayer requests, but when you can, close, because that brings your focus even more clear to the breath. And let that breath really go down deep inside. And envision it now, there in your heart. And we're going to let that breath travel. We're going to let it travel up, 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 going up higher, even out of your body, reaching up to your higher self, reaching up to the other dimensions. Reaching up to Creator, Source, God, ever the vision is that you have of that higher power. And as you do so, as that breath reaches God, breathe concerns right now that you put in the prayer requests or that you have and that you're holding to either receive a blessing, receive comfort, receive healing. Breathe those prayer requests out right there to God, Source, Creator. Just let it go. Just like envision that you have put those prayers, see them, really visualize this with me. Close your eyes, and I want you to see this box in front of you, and you're placing your concern or your prayer right in that box. Close the lid on it. I want you all to visualize this. So if you will just take a moment and do this in your heart, hold that energy of love, and in your box created right there in front of you, place that person's name or whatever the request is that's in your heart. Place it in that box. Close the lid so that it's sealed up, and envision you're holding it in your hands and you're handing it over to God. Do it. Physically do it. Put your hands out and give it to God and say, here's my request. Here's my heart's desire. Here's what I would love to see right now come to fruition, whether it be comfort or healing, peace, whatever's in your box, just give it to God. And then watch as that is taken away from you. Watch as that box disappears right out of your hand. You no longer carry the burden of it. You've handed it over. And you see that there are so many around the world on this planet right now that are doing the same thing, that are bringing their prayers and their desires to God and saying, God, can we have healing? Can we release the energy of any disease that's going on our planet, not just anything that's affecting people mentally, spiritually, or emotionally? And let's just spend a moment here in God's source energy. Feel what that love feels like, because God is love. And love is the energy that heals. Let that love wash over you. You're sitting with the Creator. Let's give honor, let's give respect to the Creator by saying thank you. Thank you. We know that everything is in divine timing. We know I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I feel so many angels rejoicing that we are doing this, that we are voicing what's in our hearts. This is giving a voice to everyone that's here right now. That's your voice to bring that prayer request to God, to lift. If there's nothing on your heart that needs to be given over, take some of these requests that people have typed in or that we've spoken. Take those requests and say, God, we're lifting up our brothers and sisters. We're lifting up this family. And I want to personally lift up everyone in this angelic river family, because we are family. So feel God's love for just another minute. Let's stay immersed in that love, feeling the warmth, feeling how there's no judgment, there's no criticism of anything that we brought to God. There's no criticism of it, just an acceptance and allowance. And that's the freedom that God gives us. He gives us that freedom to be who we are, because connected in with that oneness of God. So now I want you to start bringing some of that love that you've just received from our Creator. Bring it back to your heart. Just breathe in and breathe that love right into your heart center. Let it anchor in there really good to that love all day long. And you may be floating right now. I feel like I'm not even sitting. I'm like floating up in the air. So with that love anchored there in your heart, I want you to take another breath in. And then I want you to see that breath traveling down the rest of your body, traveling down through your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root, and going out the bottom of your feet, down into Mother Earth. And let's bring a piece of that God love with us. Let's really share the higher energy with Mother Earth right now. Let's lift up our beautiful planet, pouring as much love as we can into the water, into nature, into the animals. Just take a moment to connect with Earth energy and say, Earth, bring forward this beautiful, just received, and pour it into the earth. And as you do so, I want you to feel that beautiful crystalline center of earth. Hold on to that energy for grounding, because many of us right now, as we feel into God's source energy, you're maybe a little floating or maybe a little lightheaded even. So bring some grounding energy up from earth. Pull that energy right into your heart, right along all of that God source energy that's there. Combine them. And just remember that feeling for the rest of your day today. Whatever you're doing, whoever you interact with, online or in person, share that love with them. Just give it to them. You're not going to lose anything. It's still going to be there in your. You can share this love, because that's how love works. So now envision that your loved ones are right there with you. Share that love with them. And now envision the country where you live, whatever country or nation you might be in. Pour that love over your own place in the world where you're physically residing. And let's pour it in other countries that are not represented by anyone here. I'm thinking specifically of Africa. Let's send love to Africa, to India, to Australia. All the nations of the world, let's right now envision that blanket of love covering the entire planet. How beautiful. So now let's bring your attention back to the group and see everyone here that's connected in a circle. We're doing our heart telephone. We do this to end the meditation time every day. So see a person right beside of you on each side, and virtually reach out and hold their hand in yours. Pull that closed hand that you're holding up to your heart center, to where you can feel your heartbeat. You can feel that wonderful love inside of there. turn to the left and say to that person, I love you. I love you. And as that's sent around the circle, it's going to come back to you from the person on your right. And when you receive it from that person that's on your right, it's expanded. All the love that's in our hearts of every individual is gathered together in that circle. As it travels around, it comes back into your heart. Wow, that feels good. Feel that, hold it. Hold that. And now that you've held that love inside, let's say out loud to the entire group, I love you. Oh my gosh, I love you all so much. Thank you for your energy that you've added to the group, lifting each other up, knowing that there's power in numbers. If one or more people are gathered, it expands that energy. It expands the thought of wanting healing in whatever means that healing looks like. And I always ask when I send up a prayer message that it be for that person's good. So don't hold an expectation of how that prayer is going to be answered. This is something very important. We talked about being unlimited and stop putting things in a have to. Stop envisioning how that prayer is going to be answered. And just let it, just trust, have faith, have belief that it is being heard. You turned your box over to God. Let him have the box. Don't try to take it back away from him. Don't try to tell God, okay, it has to be done this way. We want this done this way. Just let God be in control of how that's going to come about. Thank you for all the I love yous. I love you so much. Energy hugs all around. I love it. Okay, we're going to turn the camera back around to say goodbye. Our beautiful Diane will be on at 10 o'clock. So we'll bathroom and refill your coffee cups and all that good stuff.
And Rosa?
Yes. Hi, Sally.
This morning. Good morning, Sally. And oh man, I love all these comments.
Me
and
too.
Teri, that was
you.
beautiful, and everyone agrees with me. It was so beautiful. And Diane says, energy hugs all around. Boom.
Yes, peace and harmony to all. So, so Diane is at 10, and please support and encourage Diane in her live. And then at 11 o'clock, we hold our silent last Sunday to do it 7 days in a row for healing the planet. And so we're doing it today, and then tomorrow will be our normal silent meditation. These have been awesome. Awesome. So it's a time for you, after you've been here with us, after you immerse yourself in Diane's wonderful energy, to then just sit in silence with yourself and absorb everything that's happened so far. And take that love. I still feel it. I'm still a little floaty. But feel that love all day long. Hold it in your heart. Know that you have been touched today by spirit. You've really sat in that energy of our divine creator and receive. That's the beauty. It's when you bring energy to the creator, you're going to receive back. So hold that in your heart. I love you so much. And thank you to all of you who came on. And bring a friend next time. That's your homework. Bring a friend. And let's really expand how our reach is for Jeryl and I. Yes. It's how we minister and how we help each other and help the world. So bring a friend to our morning coffee, and they'll get a blessing. Yeah. Don't hold an expectation. Just say, hey, come check it out. Just share.
Yeah. And I would like to say I love you all too, and thank you for joining us. This is the most special part of my day. Something for me, sitting out here by the river and sharing my home, and that means a lot to me. It's I feel
Special.
so blessed to be here. There isn't a moment I don't look at around myself and go, oh my gosh. And I truly believe with all of my heart and soul that this property, that all of this is meant to be shared, not only virtually, but eventually by those of you who can come to the river to visit in person as well. So thank you for allowing us to come into your home from my home. And I love you all so much. And all of your prayers that I'm seeing and all of the blessings everybody's giving for the day. I don't know about you, but I feel yummy.
Oh,
That's the best word, yummy. I just feel yummy this morning. So thank you.
It's a great feeling, and I hope you all are feeling that as well in your hearts.
I hope so.
And somebody said that your puppy Angel, for those of you who have not met Angel, it's Gerald's beautiful baby, and along with Brookie. We love her. She is such a sweet little soul.
She's such
She really
a diva.
is. Oh, you can look in her eyes and you just see spirit. It's just this unconditional. But yeah, she is a diva.
Yeah.
All right, gotta go.
Gotta go. Bye. See you at 10, Diane.
We love you so much.
Love you.
Bye, everybody.
Mwah.